Do, 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 do.
COD Daddy's in the building, broadcasting live from a few parts unknown. Joining me, as always, on sticks, he's that bad dad of COD. You might know him as Muscle V, but we know him as Dixie.
Yo, yo.
And our executive producer, the man that shirts have forgotten. He is the Pants Man.
Trampoline.
And you can feel free to ask me anything, for I am your king of COD. I am Jeeves, and I welcome you to another drink-along edition of Call of Daddy 2. Tonight, we are continuing our theme week of having no creature comforts when we talk lack of electricity. But before we get into any blackout action, Muscle V, remind us what happened last time.
Last time on COD Daddies, Pantsman still had no AC. So while Pantsman was suffering, the heroes discussed ghosts and their survivor skills. With the heroes' plane crashing and somehow they were the only survivors, the heroes discussed what their skill would be and what item they would bring with them. The heroes were then given scenarios and had to describe how they would overcome the situation. With Muscle V taking charge and blasting the rain away with flamethrowers, while also using his bulging muscles to spear a shark to death and cooking it for lunch, you would have thought he was the clear victor. And you would have been right, unless you were the other two jabronis voting. After a disappointing outcome for the entire world, somehow Jeeves was voted the best survivor.
That's right.
Let's listen in as the jabronis continue making bad decisions.
Well, I will just chime in here to say that it is, as always on Wednesdays, a drinking episode, and
That's right.
bad decisions will abound, let me tell you.
Yeah, tonight's a good night for bad decisions, I think. Real quick, Pants Man, a quick AC update. Do you have livable conditions, or are we? What's happening?
Okay, so as of this moment, it is a crisp 72 degrees in my apartment. The temperature here has been quite cool the last 2 days, so I've actually closed all the windows. There's been no risk of it getting too hot. I did send a message to my landlord. I had already sent an email yesterday that was ignored. And then I sent a text message today, which was replied to. I said, any update? And he replied with, let me check. And that's the last that was said on the matter. So
I would be escrowing every single penny you have.
Oh my gosh. Well, and
maybe set up 2 escrows.
Tomorrow is, as I've kind of been suggesting all week, tomorrow is the day that's supposed to get hot again.
You faintly drawn a line in the sand that tomorrow is your last stand.
Yeah, and so tomorrow is the first rebound
of the rest
heat.
of your life. Oh.
It'll be 80 degrees, but here's the thing. So tomorrow's going to be a high of 80. So not like high 80s, just like 80 minimum. And if I open my windows tonight when I go to bed, it should be cool enough in my apartment in the morning that I shouldn't have a problem. And then the weekend is supposed to be relatively cool as well. So it'll go back down again. So, like, it's not the end of the world. I'm not that worried about it. And yes, I could do the escrow thing we talked about last time. I could try to basically put their balls in a vice to just get the damn thing fixed. But here's the problem. Because it's not really hot and I'm not actively suffering.
That's not the point.
No, I agree with you. It is not the point. And this would have surprised young Pantsman. Young Pantsman was really willing to spend as much time, energy, and effort to be petty about things that he thought were just the point. It is the point.
We had less to do, to be fair.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, well, I'm currently comfortable. So Googling how to escrow just really seems like a lot right now.
I would just text the guy and be like, hey, since you're still checking, I'm still going to wait to pay you.
You know, you should just like shout like, I'm escrowing you, and then don't do anything. That should be good enough.
Yeah.
Maybe don't even text him, just shout it. Hope he hears it. Assuming it's a he. We don't know anything about your landlord.
Yeah.
Anyway, go back for any of you that didn't listen. We uploaded both the 36 and 37 last night. Highly recommend going to listen to 37. That was a lot of fun. The watching us struggle through a made-up woods encounter was alarming, but also eye-opening. Highly recommend. But tonight we are on to our next issue, and more importantly, we've brought along drinks to do it. So why don't you guys all go around? Let's figure out what we're drinking tonight. Muscle V, what do you got?
To no one's surprise, it is the good old honey Coke.
Oh, look at honey Coke.
Coke.
Is it true honey Coke, or are you making your own? Whatever the fuck you were doing before.
It is true honey Coke.
You got the
thank goodness.
Hoko.
We are not fucking around.
I am glad the supply chain hasn't affected you so much that you can still go back to a staple.
We're
about you,
surviving
Pants
here, you know.
Yeah, we doing what we gotta. How about you, Pants Man?
Well, I think I mentioned on the show a few weeks ago, I brewed my own beer, and it is finally ready. So, yes. So tonight I am drinking a lovely home-brewed pumpkin ale. Not the right season for it, but whatever. Now, this thing is very much a first draft. I've had it.
Would you say it's a rough draft?
It is a rough draft. Yeah, it is. So I've had it a few times this week. I've been sampling it since it's been ready on Saturday, and it is not good.
It's great.
It's edible. It's definitely beer.
It's drinkable, not edible.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
Once you get the
huh?
formula down, are you going to call it pumpkin pants?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not attempting this a second time. This is going poorly. So, it's
no, you know what they say. If you fail, never do it ever again.
That's what they say. If you fall off the horse, run from the horse. Don't get anywhere near it. It might stomp you.
Why are you riding a damn horse? You're clearly not good at it.
So let me describe this beer for you. So
please.
It called for coffee beans in the brew, and it called for like pumpkin spices, the pumpkin spices.
Yeah.
And it also called for a little bit of vodka because you had to dissolve the spices in the vodka and then put it in the brew.
Is that a thing?
According to this recipe I was given, yes. So I have a bottle of Tito's homemade vodka or handmade vodka. I'd never had it before, but it was the smallest container of vodka I could find at the store. And good God, it is. I mean, I don't like vodka anyway, but this is like reminiscent of our gas station. I would have expected something called handmade to be at least trying to be good.
Tito's is really good. What are you talking about?
Oh, I do not like it.
It's not too expensive, but I mean, it's still vodka. But like, you could do much. I mean, it's not Kamchatka.
I guess I just haven't had vodka I've had vodka drinks. I've never had just a shot of vodka in a long time.
What?
Anyway, point is, this thing
offended
tastes...
Muscle V's sensibilities.
I know.
I didn't just Friday.
This thing has none of the pumpkin flavor. Like, that just didn't come through at all. I don't know what they thought was going to happen with that. The coffee comes through pretty strongly, which did worry me because I'm not a big fan of coffee nor coffee-flavored beer. But I thought, this is what it's telling me to do. I'll do it. And it's got this... And other than it's okay by and large. It's got this horrendous aftertaste, which I attribute to the fact that part of the process is you brew it first in this big jug, and then you transfer it to bottles to finish brewing. And the jug has all this like sediment at the bottom that you're not supposed to bring into the bottles. And I tried really hard, but it is not easy to like transfer the alcohol out of the jug.
You don't like sift it or anything?
So
what do you mean it's not easy to transfer it?
Well, you have to use this like hose to like it's like they gave me this hose that I had to like, when what's that thing they used to do with like gasoline in a car that you would like siphon. You have to siphon the beer out of the jug and into the bottles.
Like with your mouth?
No, you like fill the hose with water first, and then let it run out, and then the beer replaces it, and then
What?
you like control the beer going into the bottles. But it was a nightmare. It was a
What?
mess.
That's not how
Uh,
siphoning works.
the like sediment at the bottom that you were supposed to be like not disturbing by doing it this way and to like keep from getting into the bottles totally got into the bottles, no
You
question. Like
you
there's a
treat
little.
you treated the hose like a straw or a mixing
It was
a
really
stir
bad. Yeah,
stick.
yeah. It was bad. So it's I think that's what's causing the aftertaste. But I've got myself at some point I'm going to take this. I poured myself a little shot of the vodka that I also don't like because I'm just hoping to dull my senses enough to drink a lot of this stuff tonight.
Awesome, love that plan. Um, I think the sentiment's probably providing the after crunch as well as the taste. So
Right.
it's a drink and a show. I think it's great.
So,
Yeah.
how
Why
long
wouldn't they
does
just
it-
give you a spick or whatever?
A what?
Spick, is that
That's
the word?
racist. That's definitely racist.
Spigot? What am I
Oh, a
thinking
spigot.
of? Spigot.
Spigot.
Yeah, you were about to have
That's-
to
that's the
either
word.
apologize or be canceled.
Let me double check. The Ask Jeeves database says it's fine. I don't know.
Pantsman, how long does it take to brew this thing?
So you spend like a whole Saturday laboring over it, and then you put it in a jug and you wait 2 weeks, and then you have to spend another Saturday laboring over somehow getting this jug water into a bottle, and then once it's bottled, you wait another 2 weeks, and then you after the 2 weeks is the 4 full weeks are done. You put it in the fridge, get it cold, and then you can start drinking it.
Oh, apparently spick used to be a word for a nail. So, still not right, but it did have other use at least.
Great.
Did
I'm
you
thrilled with
provide?
myself.
Did you provide your own pumpkins, or did they give you pumpkins?
They gave me a packet of spices that were like supposed to be pumpkin flavors, probably mostly cinnamon and nutmeg or whatever. But the thing is, like they said, the whole point you were supposed to dissolve it in the vodka, presumably so it would like actually dissolve and like spread those spices into the actual flavor of the liquid beer. But I'm pretty sure like nutmeg doesn't just dissolve. So it was just like specks of spices that just settled at the bottom and did nothing.
I don't know. They figured it out at Starbucks.
Yeah, but I don't have an industrial like kitchen.
You should get one. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, maybe you
Wow.
should get one, or at least rent one for the season.
Yeah. Well, the season is officially closed. I've got like 3 or 4 more of these things, and I'm going to drink them, and then I'm going to be done with this horrible experiment. just like America.
The experiment of America, or America's going to be,
It feels
or
like
America's
we're
going to be
drinking
done
away.
with pumpkin spice.
I feel like America is drinking away the experiment that was America.
Yeah, fair enough. Follow up.
Jeeves,
Or
what are you
Jim?
drinking?
Yeah, well, yeah, good call. Let's get to that. I'm going a little light for me. I am drinking a Corona hard seltzer,
What?
Ooh.
citrus lime.
Are you a,
Delight.
you're a Zeltzer guy now?
We have like Little Fuse's mom came over to help us with the baby, and she brought 200 seltzers and drank one of them. So we have a ton in our fridge right now.
Gotcha.
It's just convenient.
Did she get it at Costco?
I didn't
How do you-
ask
how do you
what
get
her
a
source
two-
was.
Yeah, how do you get
You never
200
reveal
pack?
your source. No, I think it was a 24 pack, but again, she drank one, so we have just a whole container.
Yeah.
Isn't she a drinker? I feel like she's a drinker.
It was a long weekend. It was a long week.
Mm.
Speaking of, before we get into the rules for tonight, Muscle, why don't you talk about your weekend? How you wowed out?
Yeah, so Friday I played softball, and after we destroyed the other team, we went out to the bars. I was gonna get a drink or two. Ended up being there for like,
You did get a drink or two.
yeah, I ended up having doing 3 shots and 4 drinks. I left at 1 a.m.
Now
like
I
you're in
assume
college.
Trixie was not with you for this.
Correct.
She was back home with the baby.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Now,
if you had a baby at the bar, we'd have to call child services.
Yeah.
was she upset at all that you wound up, or was she just like, oh, good for you, you had fun?
She was sleeping, and then next day she's like, "Well, I'm happy you had fun."
Okay, good. That's nice.
Well, she's sleeping anyway. What's the difference?
Oh, it shouldn't matter. I'm just saying, like, I wasn't sure how much of it was her just like alone at home with the child, like miserable.
Yeah,
And like
they'd
mad
already
at
had the child was already down before
Yeah.
Muscle
Gotcha.
Yeah,
went to the bar.
He was sleeping already.
Which that does help a lot. Because when you first said I thought that as well. I was like, holy shit, you just bailed on your baby while you went to the bar.
Which I do think like both parents need those nights. Like you need that time away. Like I think that's healthy, but it has to be like mutually agreed upon. It can't just be like one of you like, bye, have fun.
Well, that's the thing. If it is agreed upon, and you're like, oh, I'll just go for 1 or 2 drinks, and then you're out till 1 a.m., then that's when trouble shows up.
Sure.
Okay, Pantsman, why don't you go through the rules for tonight's?
Oh boy. So all right. Anytime you get blasted in the ass by Godzilla fire, or a rock thrown at you by a gorilla, we're gonna do a drink.
All right, love it.
Anytime there is a no kill play, you end the round without any kills, both of you, we will take a drink.
Now, it should be pointed out, we're not going for kills tonight, particularly, but that's still a good rule. We'll still play with that.
Yes. If either of you...
let's drop the in a vehicle rule for that. So if you kill someone in a vehicle, we won't count it for the drink because we didn't get any kills.
Okay, well, I guess you have to monitor that then.
What? No, I'm saying we'll just go off whatever the final score is.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And then if we give, and this is based on last night's episode, this could be dangerous for me, but if you're giving away any personal identifying information about somebody, that's a drink.
We both struggled last night. Last night was tough. We were so worried about the woods.
Yeah. What was scary? And what else you got? I don't know. I'm bad at these.
If you drink any sediment, we should all take a drink.
Well, that is my drink. My drink is 40% sediment.
You just tell us anytime that you get a little too crunchy of a sip.
By the way, I'm not kidding about wanting to go hard tonight. Like I am halfway through that first beer. We just started.
Okay. We got every once in a while, for our audience that doesn't know this, Pantsman can set the pace. Usually he's probably I'm
a nurse.
Yeah.
Usually I'm a nurse.
Of our group, you've drunk the least amount of liquid in any given night.
Meanwhile, Chris thinks I'm an alcoholic. So,
well, and then every once in a while, you'll be somehow 3 to 5 drinks ahead of us.
You already have to drink.
Yeah, you
already have to drink.
We've established on the show that that's probably fine.
Nah.
I mean,
yeah, drink for that.
All right, well,
we invited him tonight, and he declined. But
if
he had come,
that's true.
If he came, we would not be calling him that. We'd be giving him a nickname. So
you should work on that anyway.
Well, so isn't that technically not his real name, anyways?
Don't give more away. That we're drinking for that
one. Oh man, drink, baby. We're starting out hot. Woo. I think that's probably good for rules. Muscle V, you got any you want to
add? No, I'm good.
I think we should always drink anytime the word honeycomb shows up, and that's regardless of whether it's a drink along or not.
Yes. I've got one. I've got one more.
Okay.
If Boo shows up, real or impressioned, that's a drink.
Good idea. We should hit on that briefly. Boo,
I don't like that. I don't like the rule.
Drink. Boo was supposed to be here tonight, and then I don't know. He had a hostage situation at his apartment. He's not part of it. He's not either the keeper or the hostage, thankfully.
That we're aware of, right?
As far as we know, that
this wasn't clear.
We don't know if this is real, but he already told us, so he's not here tonight. So, Boo, hopefully that works out for you, bud.
I'm going to add one more roll.
Okay.
And this one is actually just for me. Because as I've established, I have
You
poured
want to go
one.
hard. I
I
respect
poured
that.
one shot of vodka. I have not taken it. But I'm going to give it up to Jeeves. Jeeves, at some point tonight, you get to say the word shot, and then I have to take it.
Well, what if I accidentally say it? Like, oh, I
That's
just
what I'm
took
taking.
I just got shot. You know, like something like that.
Yeah. If
Okay.
you say the word shot, I'm taking one vodka.
All right. Well, I'm not going to miss my chance to do that. So,
Just to be clear, it's a one time thing. It's not like every
no,
time I take.
this is the rule for.
Shot. Bad
Huh?
timing. I yelled shot.
Oh, hey, what's up, Flying High?
Hey, I just had to come in and yell. I heard somebody say yell shot, and I'll take a shot. So I said shot.
I was very confused.
That was my cue.
I thought that was Jeeves yelling shot.
Welcome.
I did too. I was like, I'm not talking.
Right? It's like, wait, did I prematurely
Hey,
just
we
yell
gotta
shot?
take a drink for that.
You're talking to Jeeves, my friend.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm Pants Man.
I'm Muscle V.
I forgot about that rule, but I did remember it real quick.
Well, Flying
Yeah.
High, take a drink with us, bud.
I
Welcome to
just
the
took
show.
a drink. Yes. Is my COD updated? Let's find out.
Let's find out. We're currently killing Godzilla, so we could use your help. Did you catch all the rules for tonight?
No, definitely did not.
All right. Well, we'll just tell you if you violate any.
That's seems fair.
Basically, if we start saying drink, you have to drink.
Yeah. And I think we
Hey,
can all take a drink for Flying High's entrance. I think that anytime someone joins the show, I say we just take a drink.
It's a good rule.
Is this Warzone?
Yes,
That's
this is
update. Okay, let's see what this looks like. This depends
Woo,
on what I'm
one
playing
beer
tonight.
down.
So how you doing, bud? It's been a while.
It's been a minute. I've called you. The
I know,
Watson thing has been awful. God damn.
I had a week of our daughter throwing up, so you
Oh.
called right in the middle of that. I was like, I'm
Oh,
not
I
taking any calls.
apologize.
That's not your fault. I don't. It better not be your fault.
I do not take credit for that.
Fair enough. Anyway, welcome to the show. Tonight we're talking lack of electricity.
Lack of electricity, like
That's
Texas.
right. Texas on a good day, yeah. Well, so last night we survived in the woods. We showed our mettle, and we really proved that we could survive in some situations.
How so did you survive in the woods? I have questions.
Muscle V, do you want to do a brief recap of how we survived the woods?
No, I'm good.
That's fair.
He took a
You
flamethrower
should
to all of the
listen
rain.
to the show. We shouldn't recap it again.
Oh, nice.
We love a good recap though at the beginning of every episode.
I did
That's
that.
true.
I did it.
You missed
should have
it.
listened.
You,
yeah.
you
Oh,
missed
okay.
it, buddy.
Oh,
I was streaming earlier, so you gotta give me a little bit of a break.
Yeah, relax. He's got his own thing going on.
I got 113 gigs to go, so this is probably not gonna happen tonight, unfortunately.
Oh wow.
Well, that's all right. You can just join the show as just the talking portion. So how do you feel? Are you a big electricity guy?
I love electricity, yes.
Is it your favorite utility?
I would argue it is the second most important utility to have.
Okay.
Ask what the first one is.
I think it's plumbing. I bet.
I don't consider
Uh,
plumbing a utility where I'm at.
Oh, slightly concerning, but okay.
I mean,
Not really,
water-
because
water
well,
is a utility.
yeah. How much often do I use water though?
What are you talking about?
No,
What
it's true. I can confirm. Flying High uses very little water compared to the
Yeah,
other
no.
two.
My water consumption is very low. We're talking like $15 a month.
Like 6 glasses a month, tops.
I mean,
Fuck you,
Keystone
you
Light
fucking
is
piece of-
pretty much just water.
So,
Well,
so
well,
I
that
if
really
you're
flips
just
it the other way.
if you're about consuming water as in drinking it. That's one thing.
No,
But,
we're
like,
talking
you use
including-
water for other
including
things.
toilet, including bathe. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if I'm grilling, I'm just going behind the garage. But I see
Yeah,
your
no-
point.
And if you're showering, you just crack 2 beers open and spray them over your head.
Okay,
We know
but
this.
but I said the most important thing to me.
Yes, correct. So, yeah. So, well, let's see. There's not that many. Are you
Two.
saying internet? Is that what I'm?
Internet is the most important utility to me. Yes.
Now, if you didn't have electricity, internet wouldn't be that helpful, though.
But yeah, when I have electricity with no internet, I might as well have no internet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, what's the point of having the lights on if you can't go on
You can't do anything.
Netflix?
If I can't have Netflix, if I can't go on my computer, like I might as well have yeah, exactly.
So we
Oh.
did Monday's episode on no AC. How would you do in that situation?
Oh, that's a fun one considering I don't have air conditioning right now.
What do
Me
you mean?
neither.
Well, at least this is in his own hands. You are stuck by whatever whim your keeper has.
Yeah.
So last year I turned my AC on, central air conditioning.
Yep. Don't have to specify.
It didn't work the first week, so I turned it off, and then like the following week I turned it back on, and it worked. I was like, fucking dope, perfect.
Classic IT fix. Well done.
Thank you. This year I turned it on, it didn't work, and then it hasn't worked since. And with that, I've been trying, and
I mean, there's been some hot days. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so we've had like windows open like the entire house. Like we're not running the oven in the house. We're grilling everything.
I don't care about that. Who have you called? Why isn't this resolved?
Oh, so you're leading to my segue here. Thank you. You're doing great. This.
Oh, anytime someone says the word segue, we're doing a drink. Drink.
Oh.
Woo.
How is that a? All right.
That's a couple episodes back.
So I got a guy out here today. He was it's a family friend. So he actually had surgery on his knee 2 weeks ago. So he was indisposed.
Okay. I'm hearing a sob story, but I'm also hearing an opportunity to go to anyone else.
Hold on. So my air conditioner is 1987 vintage.
What?
1987 was the manufacturer date on my air conditioner.
Do you take it to the HVAC antique shows?
It probably qualifies.
Yeah, it shouldn't work.
So
it's
I
older
was
than me.
I was prepared. It's older than me by a lot.
I'm gonna say drink for that. So that's personal information.
I'll drink for that. So I was completely prepared for this thing to be just completely dead, right? Like,
yeah.
Pass me your $4,000, sir, and I'll be on my way. The guy goes, "Hey, you got a blown capacitor. You still got, whatever the refrigerant bullshit is in it." He goes, "It's gonna be like $25."
What?
What?
And I
What?
said,
"You said what?"
He goes, "Yeah, $25 for the solenoid whatever bullshit thing that he pulled out of it." And he goes, $25 for my time. I'm like, this guy don't know it yet, but I'm gonna throw him $100 bill and say, keep the change.
HVAC guys don't get out of bed for less than 300. What are you talking about? $25?
I got a guy, my guy.
I guess they don't make them like they used to.
He goes on the newer ones. He goes like, if a compressor goes out or shit like that, he goes, you might as well scrap the entire thing. He's going, they will literally like charge a $700 minimum for 2 pounds of refrigerant, and he goes, even if they do like a half pound, they're still charging the $700.
Jesus.
He goes, it's such a shit show right now. And I go, what do you charge me for a pound of refrigerant? And he goes, $100. And I'm like,
I'm gonna have to call you to drive very far.
Is he a real HVAC guy?
No, probably not.
He's like, yeah, I just showed up. Give me $25. Did he fix it?
If my so he goes, so he lives like 20 minutes from me. And he goes, hey, I go, so how long is it gonna take for me to get this part that you say is bad? I was expecting like, oh, it's gonna be like a week or two. $25 plus, my good luck already. I'm like, I can't keep doubling down on this. Oh, he goes, oh, I got one in my garage.
What?
I'll be back either tonight or tomorrow.
Sorry, what?
And I said, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say move on from this guy, but holy shit, use this guy for everything. I need his number.
Yeah, I'll give you a little more. Eventually, I'll give you some more context to the story. But I walked into the girlfriend. Notice I didn't use name there.
Well done.
Nice.
And I go, guess how much it costs? And she goes, I go 25, and she goes 2,500. I go. I go
honestly, that's a very in-play number.
Yeah. She goes, you're not just gonna give him $50, are you? I'm like, no, I'm not going to.
Jesus.
That's
So
amazing.
HVAC's all a fucking fraud right now. If you're paying attention.
Yes, man.
Well,
how mad are you right now?
Oh, I'm just furious. So my story, just real briefly for you, because you weren't on the call before. Literally, my I'm a renter, so like my area is out. It's been out for about a week. I've put in for my landlord to like fix it. So far they've done nothing. Yesterday I saw an HVAC van outside my window. I got all excited. And then when nothing happened, I went out and I like asked the guy at the van, like, "Hey, what building are you here for?" And he was like, "That one," and pointed like the opposite of where my apartment is. Like,
Oh.
fuck, just taunting me. And
Well,
then
if it makes you,
today,
go ahead, keep going.
well, today I text my landlord and I was like, any update? Because he told me last Thursday, he said they'll probably be out on, or hopefully they'll be out on Friday, but it may be early next week. And then today I texted him any updates, and a half hour later I got, "Let me check," and I've never heard from him since. So
I would be
Well,
blowing
he's checking.
this dude
He's
up.
checking.
Blowing him up.
But I knew it was like a little fishy when he showed up in a Ford Fusion. I was like, oh, this dude's off the clock. He's making some extra scratch real quick.
what the fuck?
Yeah, but not that much extra scratch. Holy hell!
No, not at all. I was like, all right.
25
Yeah, I
bucks
mean,
is
there's a reason he's
nothing.
buying a Ford Fusion. He's two on us.
My uncle, well, so my other uncle does HVAC too, but like I'm pretty sure he's one of those that like he's gonna come here and say it's broken and just say it's older than you. You gotta replace it. Which I get it, but like no.
You would think. No, you would think that. It's very old. 80.
Dude.
What'd you say? 87.
80. It's stamped 87. Yeah.
We got one from like.
So when I
Oh.
moved into my house, I got like the everything that's wrong with your house, and like the inspector listed the air conditioner and said 1987, like out of service. And I'm like, if this bitch still blows coal, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true. If it still works, why
But
fix it?
so it's been
That's
hot
fucking crazy.
here.
I can
So I
imagine.
got a window AC that was in our attic to like cool it off up there. If, like somebody's up there sleeping or some shit. It's down here in our living room, and it cools down like the living room, like the surrounding areas, but like it doesn't circulate the air, so like the other rooms get pretty fucking hot.
Just get a
it
box
sucks.
fan.
Did
You
the
just
guy-
need a box fan.
Did the guy ever come back? Or are you still waiting?
So that was today. So
Oh,
that was
okay.
like 3 hours ago. So he said if he wasn't gonna it started raining, so he probably didn't want to plug in electronic things.
Sure.
Well, I don't know if his
Got it.
Ford Fusion would have made it in the rain.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah. You're just
What
flying high on the fact that you've got such a good deal coming. Like, you don't
Oh
get it.
yeah, like
you can wait a day with
I'll
that kind
wait
of
a
news.
day. I'm not gonna bug him for it.
Yeah. Oh
No.
my god, no. Could you imagine if you pissed him off and then he just didn't come back? You call another place and they're like, "All right, that'll be 2,500." You're like, "No, a guy was gonna do it for 25, but I made him slightly mad."
Yeah, right, like no, I'm gonna shut my mouth and wait.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's
And as
awesome.
being a homeowner, that's like the best news you can get too. You gotta throw that part on.
That doesn't happen.
No, I
That
haven't.
never happens.
We've
Yeah.
had some good people come by, but oh my god, nothing like that.
This is sort of a change of subject, but I what that sort of reminds me of is I had this one weird scenario a few years back where I had met this coworker, and this is a brand new coworker. She just started my company. I didn't really know her, but I was training her, and the company she worked at before, she had a bunch of like miles because she traveled a lot for work, and they were apparently expiring. And I had casually mentioned that I was going on an international trip. And she's like, "Oh, do you mind if I ask what your airline is?" And I was like, "I'm going United." And she goes, "Oh, that was my airline when I was flying everywhere for my job." And I was like, "Oh, cool." Like, I didn't really think anything of it. And she's like, I can upgrade you if you want. I've got all these expiring points. I got to use them. Like, I've tapped out everybody I know who's got a flight coming up. Like, if you want it, I'll upgrade you. And I'm like, "Upgrade me to what?" She's like, "First class." I was like, "Whoa."
Yes, please.
You fucking
was-
know it.
It was so exciting. And then like she said she's totally down to do this thing. And she didn't owe me anything, and she just volunteered this. I didn't ask for it.
Right.
So then like the rest of our training week goes by, we don't really talk about. I think we exchanged numbers, and I was like, here's my information from my flight.
Here's
so
here's every way you could possibly contact me.
Yes. And literally, it got to this point where I was like, I really need I'm dying. It doesn't it was something I'm not entitled to it, and I wasn't expecting it before, but now that it's even in the ether, I'm like, I need to know if it's happening or not. And I was like, I can't bug her. I can't pester her because
that's a tough line.
Same vibes.
Oh my god, it was this, and it was just it was so torturous. And
it's not the same vibes. Flying high, you've been dealing with this for 8 hours. He's been dealing with this.
This was
weeks.
2 weeks. It was 2 weeks that I waited on this, and
we don't know when mine's gonna end up. It could be 2 weeks.
That's true. Yeah, we'll check in 2 weeks. We'll see.
But it was literally at one point, I think a week went by and I hadn't heard anything, and I was like, hey, just checking, no pressure, but I'm desperate.
Well, you weren't all coy and stuff. You're just like, man, you are the first best employee here.
right. So
you're a real class act.
She sort of replied with, yeah, it's still happening. I just have to check some things. And then a few days later, she's like,
that's a real bad sign.
I know. Because then it was it went from I'm totally going to do this. I just have to give away these points to I have to check some things. I was like, this is fucked.
Oh,
yeah. So then she goes, until there's no chance that's happening.
So then she said she doesn't know if my tickets are eligible. And so she has to figure that out.
Does she work for the fucking airline?
I mean,
that sounds like some shit they would say.
This went really downhill real quick.
I know. Well, here's the thing. So I'm and by the way, I'm traveling with a friend, and I refused to tell her because I was going crazy. I was literally pulling my hair out, just oh my god, I need to know if this is happening.
You were not. And I was literally pulling your hair out.
Well, fine. But I was just going crazy. So I was like, I can't do this to her. I can't make my travel friend also go crazy because now she wants it. So finally,
your travel friend's more reasonable than you.
My hand's held up right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you gonna make your travel friend ride business while you rode first class?
Well, here's the thing.
Why would she be flying business?
Yeah, it was coach or nothing.
Do you fly business flying high?
I thought about it a couple times. Anyways, continue on.
Well, actually, so I finally get an answer. I finally get an answer. She says to me, okay, here's how it works. You have to pay a fee to the airline to upgrade your tickets to be eligible for point upgrades. It was only, and she said she's never seen a price this low. She said it's only $50 for you and $50 for your friend's tickets to upgrade them to where she can use her points.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And then she goes, it's on standby. So she can't guarantee you'll get it, but if it's available, you will get to do it.
And so you gotta pay the $50 and then you might get upgraded.
So the $50's gone no matter what. She keeps her points if they don't use them. But if they use them, I get to go first class. So she goes, this is what she says to me. She says to me, okay, I have enough points to give you an upgrade both ways for just you. Or and your friend can go first class one way.
You got game theoried. So
I thought about it.
You can't leave your friend.
But no, of course I wasn't going to leave my friend. So what ended up happening...
What'd she do to earn this?
What ended up happening... What did I do to earn this? Nothing. Just fell in my lap.
You networked.
Right. So basically I was like, no, yeah, we'll do... And we decided the way back would be best. On the way there, we're fresh, we're happy. Yeah. On the way back, we're tired.
That's fair.
So I said, we want it for the way back, but here is the downfall of that theory. Because it was standby, we spent the whole trip 2 weeks not really sure whether we were going to get it or not. So the very last day, we had a whole day of sightseeing and stuff before our very late flight. And I woke up at 8 a.m. to an email from United Airlines saying, your tickets have been upgraded. And I was like, yes! We had the best day.
That's
awesome, actually.
That's kind of even better. Yeah, that it could have been poor, but that's even better that it worked out that way.
It was tremendous. So, yeah.
Wow. Why are we talking about this?
Because
We went off on a
it
tangent here.
was all sorry. I'm this is where Boo would be yelling at me. This was all just based on the idea that he can't pressure this HVAC guy because he's getting such a deal.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Boo
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been screaming long before I finished that story. Sorry,
It
That's a
sorry,
good
everybody.
story though. I didn't hate it.
That's the problem with Boo. Boo likes to cut off the good stories.
We did reference Boo, so we got to drink for that.
Oh, that's right.
Oh shit! All right, drinking.
Drink.
But yeah, hopefully the AC is working tomorrow. He checked the charge. Everything was good. The fan was spitting all that good shit. So as a homeowner, that's the best news you can get. Not having to spend $4,000 on a thing just to make your house cold.
Well, check your email. Maybe you got first class tickets too.
Right. We were almost gonna go down to Nashville Memorial Day weekend, but I fucked up.
Go on.
You spent all this money on HVAC.
Well, that was actually part of it. To be honest, we knew the AC was broken, so we didn't want to do it. So
you knew
my
the
girl
AC was broken, so you decided to stay at your home.
Well, so we figured. So my girlfriend's nephew is
Give her a name. Come up with a name.
Melissa.
It's not really a nickname,
nickname,
but okay.
But...
Anyways, it makes sense if you knew it, but I guess nobody.
I
knows
don't.
Here,
so
but
that's
even better.
fun.
So, anyways, so we thought Melissa's cousin was gonna graduate Memorial Day weekend, right?
Okay.
Which she is graduating. And we were invited.
Okay.
But we thought we didn't want to drive down there. Tennessee is like shit. Nashville's like 16 hours round trip to drive for like a 3-day weekend.
Far from where you are.
Yeah, so that's so I'm like, well, we could fly, but flying was expensive, plus a rental car, and then it's Memorial Day weekend, so like all the prices on everything's jacked up. So you're talking the rental car prices, the hotel prices, and she goes like they have like, so she's from Nashville area. So she's like, yo, when we're down there, like they're gonna have event pricing going on for everything. So just everything was stupid expensive. Like the AC's broken. It's just not a good, not a great time to go down. And then before we even knew that this was gonna happen, I volunteered to work Memorial Day, the Monday, because at almost 60 plus an hour, I can't turn that down.
Yeah.
Fair.
Is that double time or time and a half?
It's double time and a half, I think.
That's like 3 different AC fixes for you.
Yeah.
The 1 hour.
What it was like what I make in like, I don't know, like a week in like a day, and like I'm not gonna get like, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna be sitting there staring at a computer screen for the majority of the day. So I couldn't turn it down. I'm like, it'd be great to turn those down, but like I don't think I can.
I feel you. I used to work so many holidays. I used to love working holidays.
That sounds like you.
They said like you get like 3 calls the entire day, and I was like, fuck it, send it, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Like I don't want to work like 4th of July and stuff like that, but Memorial Day, everybody's doing things on Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. I'll be fine by Monday. Let's go.
Yeah,
I like a Monday Memorial Day. You have 2 Monday holidays. Take advantage.
Well, I feel
guess
like
you are.
I feel like I don't know how old you are, but I feel like for me when I was in my 20s, holy crap, it was no question.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I used to love working because I didn't have any real plans for the holidays, and then it was just like I didn't mind working, and I got all that extra money and all that stuff. But like now I'm just like an old man who's like, you want me to work when I don't have to?
So my company does this terrible thing now where it's called same day PTO, and I hate it.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what?
If the call volume's low, you can use your vacation time to get off early.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is awful.
Do they force you to use it, or you can use it?
No, you can
if they force you to use it,
you have the option to use it.
Why would you take? You're already at work. Why would you take that?
Well, we're all work from home, so I'm technically not out. I mean, I am at work, but not at work.
No, but you've already you haven't done a different thing because you've worked.
Right.
Yeah, there's no
But
reason
like,
to take that ever.
but like on a Friday, I'm like, man, I could start drinking right now if I just,
You could do
call it.
that while you're on work.
Hey, you tell me
It's
you don't
slow.
crack a beer at work when you're remote?
Well, that's the thing. Like, wait a minute, let's crack this beer and keep chugging along.
I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
like
I'll do a little workation from time to time. No problem. No PTO needed.
no PTO needed.
Just gonna put it out there real quick. Nobody said shot. I'm just gonna say that for no reason.
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware. We got time.
I didn't want you to forget. I do have to have this. You want me to take advantage of that level of drunk? Is what I'm saying.
All right. All right.
Oh, I got a good story for you today.
Yes.
It doesn't.
So,
Doesn't involve anyone getting shot.
well, kind of
Mm.
like shots. So,
Yes,
I
but
went
are
to
you
pick up.
using that as your opportunity, or do you want me to say it differently?
Oh, did you just say shot? Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh,
Oh my
there it
God.
is.
All right, here it comes down the hatch. Oh,
What are you drinking?
He's drinking
Gross.
Tito's, and he's acting like he's drinking Kamchatka.
Oh, ew.
Ugh. I don't
You don't
like
like
it.
I went to I like Tito's, but like I don't.
You don't like pretending that
Ugh.
it's worse than it is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, hit us with your
Ugh.
story. What do you got?
So I went to the checkout today at the grocery store, and I got curious.
Hey, did he cut out?
And
Alyssa.
ice cream, just because.
Oh, that's
the
a good
cur-
move.
And
Very
the girl
solid
at the
move.
register goes, because I kind of mentioned it, and she goes, "Why can't more guys be like you?" And she looks so depressed.
Can you repeat that real
And
quick?
she-
I think we cut out for the stream, so can you repeat that real quick?
So I told the register lady that I bought this ice cream and this margarita mix for the girlfriend, just because, like, not for me, just for her. And she goes, "Why can't more guys be like you?" And she looks so sad. I was like, "Oh, I
Flying
just
high.
got somebody."
Why are you talking to the register person, the cashier?
I was wondering that.
Oh,
Are you a dad? I didn't know
no,
this.
she
This is
goes.
news to me.
She swiped it and she goes, "This looks great." And I'm like, "Oh yes, for my
Oh,
girlfriend."
she initiated. Okay.
Yeah, no,
he
I
wasn't
didn't just-
depressed at all until he told her what it was for, and then she was
Yeah.
reminded of her sad life.
I was like,
I think she was
"Oh."
depressed because she was hitting on you. I think.
It like the look on her face was like, she goes, "Guys, it isn't really this hard." I'm like, "Oh, I just fucked this guy's up night like completely. I feel bad
I
now."
don't think there's a guy involved. I think you had an opportunity.
Oh no, there was a guy, and I'm pretty sure she went back to the break room and started texting his ass and lighting him up.
Where's my fucking ice cream?
I want ice cream and I want alcohol and I
You
want
fly
it
into a
now.
blimp?
Yeah, I accidentally flew into the blimp.
Jesus, you're dumb.
Is that how you died?
Yeah,
Yeah, he flew into a blimp.
I tried to get around it. Well, I also didn't know if I was gonna die flying into it, but
In fairness, I watched it happen. You were like so far from that blimp. Like,
yeah.
All right, I have a good bet to make. Ryan, how many
Drink?
games?
Oh.
dude, drinking.
Oh, damn it!
All right, the
That
bet.
could have been anyone, but anyway, proceed with your question.
Should we make a bet on how many games Deshaun Watson gets banned from?
Sure. I will put the line at however many females he's ruined their lives. So that's what, I think up to 22?
I
Yeah,
don't
you would
think
do
that's gonna
22.
I don't think it's
You
gonna
think
happen.
it's
At
gonna be
least
22
at-
weeks?
Minimum one per lady cried. So we're up to 1 week for sure. There's no way that you can testify that you made a masseuse cry and then proceed to play
Yeah.
every
No,
game.
I agree with you, which I hate it.
Oh my god.
It's fucked up. Like, it is absolutely not okay.
How did they give him $200+ million?
They give him all guaranteed too, no matter what things he did to a masseuse.
Well, I think they were saying the Texans game is like week 10 or something, so they're saying 9 weeks because we had to buy then. Browns had the buy then, and then he'll be playing for the against the Texans.
Or the
I'm
Texans.
saying Baker might just play if he gets suspended. I'm like, what the fuck, Cleveland? What the fuck's wrong with you? What did you guys do?
Why would isn't Baker super pissed? Why would he do that?
He's under
Oh,
contract.
he's under contract. He has to play.
Well,
or
I
they-
don't.
he doesn't think-
Yeah, but
I don't
you're
know
not
if
gonna
he
play a
has
guy
to.
that you're not gonna play a guy that hates the city he's in.
Have you seen Cleveland? We all hate it here. Welcome to the goddamn club.
That's fair.
That's also a drink. We're gonna drink to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
it
drinking
is.
that.
That's fair as well. Drink.
I really am surprised. I was not anticipating this much sports talk on a non-Boo episode. Boo's gonna be so mad he missed it.
Yeah, Boo would have had a lot to say on that.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
sports are a thing that I know about, so I'm gonna talk about them.
That's a great Boo impression. That's another drink.
Yep.
I didn't get another beer. I'm going with 5 games. I think.
5 games he'll be suspended, or 5 games he'll play.
5 games suspended.
I think that, I mean, there's some precedence there. I'll give you that. Also, are we talking sports, Pants Man? We're really talking litigation at this point.
Yeah. No, it's really good. It's almost like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial at this point.
It's so funny you say that because my boyfriend just asked me some question yesterday about the Amber Heard trial, and I was like, I just don't care.
Melissa
just
is
doesn't interest me.
obsessed with it.
And the thing
People are
is, like,
obsessed with
this
it.
is like, I agree, you're right. This is not really a sports conversation per se, but I don't even know the names you're saying. Like, I have no context for any of this. I don't know what we're talking about, and I don't care.
I am a Browns fan, as we already know here, and so they've had a lot of teammates suspended for other things. Like, so they suspended Josh Gordon for like a year for smoking weed, but watch Deshaun Watson not get nothing.
Why don't we have Musavi? Why don't you explain what's going on with Deshaun Watson for Pants Man?
Yeah, he used to play for Houston, and while he was playing for them, he was sore in different spots. So he had 22 different masseuses or whatever.
Why did he need 22?
That we know of.
That we know of work on him, and he said he needed different ones because they were specializing in different parts, I guess.
I'm sorry, what?
Of what parts?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that was his claim that he needed like specific.
I don't even know if you're joking or if
no,
it's real.
Well, I don't know if all 22 are different, but
so I'm just picturing like somebody saying, "Oh man, my arm is just a little tight today," and he goes, "Which muscle specifically? I've got a guy for each muscle."
Well,
probably.
He only works with us.
No, sorry, I got that.
So allegedly, he
not allegedly at this point. I mean,
it's the left arm.
Yeah, what are you about to say is alleged, I guess?
Allegedly, he may have had inappropriate contact with some of these females.
I
don't know if he's alleged at this point because, like, isn't it testified?
I thought most of it wasn't contact. I still haven't checked with each 22, but I thought most of it was just, he asked for a happy ending, and then when they said no, he left. Now I think there was a couple that he.
I don't know.
Got a little more aggressive, but I didn't think it was all 22 that he didn't force himself on all of them, did he?
Now, wait a minute. Just to be clear, because a happy ending just implies it's at the end. So, like, if he asked for a happy ending and they said no and he left, isn't that just because the massage is over?
Yeah, that's kind of how I always thought it was like, it's shitty, but it's not particularly illegal.
Yeah.
It's like frowned upon. Like,
I think it's illegal. I think it might be illegal to ask for prostitution, even if it doesn't happen.
That's fair.
Well, okay. So where's the line there? If you hit on someone, or if you just, I don't know.
I mean, if he
said,
you
just go
hey,
up to someone and be like, "Hey, can you work your magic down low?" And they're like, "No."
If he is in a client situation, he is a client at that moment. So if he's saying, "Look, I would love to take you to dinner tonight when we're not masseur and a masseuee."
Masau.
If he said that, if he took the opportunity to ask this person out, even if it was for explicitly sex, If he was saying outside of this context of this massage, I would love to be with you in the carnal way. Yeah, which is how I assume most men hit on women, to say that thing.
That's exactly
That's
how
all
Sean
right.
did it.
But if he'd done that, that's one thing. But if he says, you know what I'd love, as part of this massage, is a happy ending. That is an explicit request for a hand job.
What if he said, what if they did the massage and he goes, okay, massage officially over. You're off the clock. I'm not paying any more for any of your services. But do you want to make this special?
I think that's where you cross the line.
That still sounds clienty.
I feel, well, I was going to say, like, I would say, like, if he's saying, and I don't know why I'm getting so in the weeds with this, but like if he's saying it outside the context of the massage, even if it's during the massage, if he's saying outside of this context, I want to have sexual relations with you, completely unethical, completely inappropriate, not okay, but not illegal, not soliciting prostitution. Not soliciting prostitution. If he's saying I want a happy ending, that is soliciting sex work.
Yes.
So, I will just say one thing. On multiple occasions, it was reported that these females would actually show up to his house, like unannounced, to give him massages.
Unannounced.
Okay, I don't know how much.
That's what I read.
Like, there's been text messaging going back and forth too with some of these females, so it's been getting a little blurry.
Yeah, but there's 22 of them.
Yeah, when you get past like, what, 3 masseuses, like.
Yeah, and you got. I mean, there's no reason why we should get super into this.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you,
we should stop over our head.
I gotta tell you, I was not expecting this, but this is the most fun I've ever had with sports talk.
I think that's something bad about you. I'm pretty confident.
Also worth noting, this is my 3rd beer, and I did a shot. So this is officially the most I have done on our drinking nights. I've never gone this hard.
We haven't even gotten into the main
like an alcoholic.
Yeah, my boyfriend might be right about that.
Well, let's jump into the action before you get too drunk to focus.
Yeah.
All right, Flying High. As you know, we like to do a themed episode. As I told you at the top, we're doing no electricity today. So we've been testing our metal. We got through no AC. We survived in the woods. Now's the true test. What do we do without electricity? Okay. So I'm going to present a couple scenarios that I asked these guys to prepare. It's going to be your job. Your job is to judge how we all do. Okay.
Okay.
This is Drunk Pants Man talking, but do you ever successfully kill the monsters, or you just shoot at them and nothing ever happens to them?
We believe we can kill them, but we just have a strong belief in ourselves.
Okay. I feel like this one's about. I feel like Godzilla's about to unload on
I've played Kings this week, so I feel like we should be okay with this.
All right, so you've got a whole segment to do. Jeeves, that I interrupted. I apologize.
Yeah, you know what? Drink for that.
I'm way ahead of you.
Shot loaded shot.
Way ahead.
Okay, so gentlemen, you find yourselves out of nowhere. Things were going fine. Everything was going good. The sun set down low, and then boom, out of nowhere, blackout. You hit us with a blackout sound effect, Pantsman?
I'll count that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the order because I am our reigning czar, as you guys know. So Pantsman, you're going to go first. Muscle B, you're going to go second. I will bring up the rear, but Flying High, you will then judge how we're all doing. And you can provide your own insights if you'd like as well.
All right.
So, Pantsman, you find yourself in a blackout. It looks like it's only going to be a regular blackout, somewhere between 3 to 12 hours.
So with that in mind, a very long blackout.
Relax. So what item is most crucial or what item will you be missing the most in that blackout window? What's going to be problematic for you in that time frame?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already touched on it a little bit. The idea of trying to live without the internet. I would say my router turning off, and therefore all I mean, we've talked. Technically, you might have cell service, but still, like not having Wi-Fi, not having access to all of the things you would, because all the non. I just want the internet. So like losing the router, losing the Wi-Fi, that's going to be a stinger for a short-term blackout. That's the thing that's going to drive me crazy is not having the internet.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. What do you? I guarantee you, most of the time you're on your phone. Like, yeah, sure, you can't Netflix or Hulu or whatever, but like, you can still then go do that on your phone.
Well, but the thing is, like, I can't. Like, the phone's going to die because I can't plug that in either.
So,
but I can't say the phone because the phone technically has a battery. So technically the phone's not gone. So that's why I went with the router.
Yeah, the phone would be a nonsense answer. You have no ability to charge it if you lose power right now?
I have one of those little battery pack things, and it's super old, and I don't think it works anymore.
Don't you have a computer with some juice?
No, man. This is gonna make me sound like such an old man. I have like an iMac. I have like a desktop version, like not a laptop version.
Oh, you're fucked.
I know.
Wait, your company sent you a desktop for at home?
No, this is my personal one. I have a work PC, but that's also not a laptop.
That's what?
Hey, I would charge up my work PC. I don't go.
Well, yeah, but if it's not a laptop, then you couldn't use it.
Yeah. My work PC is also a desktop.
Oh yeah.
So when I asked if your work PC is a desktop and you said no, you mean yes?
I meant yes, but I meant like I was specifically referring to my personal PC.
You're telling me in your apartment right now you have 2 desktops.
You know, it's great.
In the year of 2022.
Like on The Office, where like people have desks that are like up across from each other. Like that happens in real life, but like it's specifically if you've seen the show The Office, like all the desks kind of point at each other. That's what I've done to my apartment. So my apartment, I have a work desk that is facing my personal desk because my work desk doesn't have enough space to put like my personal computer. So I have like basically 2 workstations, 2 chairs, 2 desks facing each other because I'm a maniac.
All right. So Passman has entered his most missed item. What's next up, Ryan?
Well, we have to really quick. Oh my god, drink. We have to really lock in that Pantsman's an idiot. It makes no sense.
Yeah, that's a given.
Don't you have a car?
That's the free card on the bingo board.
Yeah, don't you have a car that you could also charge your phone with?
With these gas prices?
No, just turn it. You don't even have to turn on the engine.
Oh, you want me to drain my battery?
Battery's gonna die.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you know what? I do have. I've never had to use it, but I did get last year for Christmas one of those battery charging things so you don't have to like use another car to jumpstart your car. So I could just plug that
battery
into
pack.
my jumpstart.
Oh my god, even better.
Yeah, he's got a battery pack then.
Yeah, you're insane. Okay, Muscle V, how about you? What item could you not go without?
What is the official name of this one? Sorry.
What's the official name of what?
The next person up.
Muscle V.
Oh.
You could also call him Dixie if that's too much to remember.
That's how we know him as is said every time he introduces the show.
That's good. You listen to the intro. That's great.
All right, go ahead, Mikey. Tell things.
Anyway.
So I would say for me, 3 to 12 hours is a very long range. I feel like
no one asked for that.
I'm saying that.
Asshole.
Don't need to know that.
Host is an asshole.
Fuck you, Jeeves. I'm gonna say for me, video games.
Get more specific. You only get one item you're missing.
The games.
What?
You could say like PlayStation.
Yeah, why wouldn't you say PlayStation? What are you talking? Why are you making this?
Because you can have the Switch. You can have.
But you gotta pick one. So pick one.
Also, the Switch you can play without power. It's got a battery.
If you charge it.
It's charging if you have
your Switch.
Yeah. If you have it in right now, it's charging.
So we actually came back from vacation. I never plugged it in. It's still sitting in a bag.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Well, that means you didn't miss it that much.
Yeah, I was just saying. You think you're putting this?
I've not used it since.
Yeah, you're really gonna be bummed out when you can't access it.
So at this moment, I wouldn't have access to the Switch or the PlayStation.
At this moment, you don't have access to it right now. It doesn't work right now.
I'm gonna go say PlayStation though.
All right.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Locked in as PlayStation.
PS4 specifically, I believe, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Haven't made the move to PS5 yet.
All right, next one up.
The prices for PS5 are like $900 right now. It's ridiculous.
If you can find one.
If you can find one, yeah.
Boo would like you, Flag High. You're all business. No, you have to make fun of the picks sometimes. It's important to make sure that everyone knows that they did a bad job.
But now you got me keeping track of scores, so I have to,
No, I'll remind you what everyone did. Don't want you don't have to track anything.
I can Excel spreadsheet here.
Never mind. You please keep tracking. That's fantastic. I'm not going to say that's overkill whatsoever. That's the perfect amount of kill. Okay, for me, if I am without power for 3 to 12 hours, you guys hit on the wrong answer as well. It's important.
Why'd you say 3 to 12 hours?
What?
That's what we were
That was
told.
the prompt. That was.
I know.
You already acknowledged 3 to 12 hours, Muscle V.
Yeah, he's mad because I said this because he gave his opinion on that length of outage. Will you relax? Anyway, for me, you guys addressed it properly. The internet's not that big a deal. I have my phone. Video games, not that big a deal. I got a Switch, and I got plenty of non-internet based games. I'm fine. For me, most important thing, I gotta eat, guys. I got a microwave that is not working when the power's out. This is crucial.
You got a microwave?
I have a microwave.
This
is 2022.
You can go out and get food.
God.
You don't have to. I don't know why you're like, I can't on the microwave. I can't. I'm starving forever.
You can go out and play video games.
I was gonna say,
go to Dave and Buster's.
It's not as fast or as easy, but like don't you have a toaster oven? Like that does a good job.
Hey, I don't have a toaster oven. I have a toaster.
You don't have power, so toaster oven also.
A toaster oven.
Oh shit! I forgot a toaster oven's also electric.
Well, I was about to say I'm not in a dorm. I don't have a toaster oven, and also that wouldn't help.
That's a good
could
point.
just be a different thing to pick, I guess.
Well, I have an oven. It's gas.
I have an electric oven.
Mistake.
Oh wait,
Yep, same.
Wait, your oven runs on electricity though.
No, it doesn't. It's made of gas.
Gas ovens don't run on electric.
Wait, so you don't have like a digital output or anything, or
like there's a clock that's not going to work, but other than that,
yeah,
I can still turn the burner on. I can still turn the oven on.
I think the clock here is the more important part.
Yeah, you can't tell the time. The electric. I have an electric stove, so I'm pretty sure mine's all electric. But
yeah, it's probably all electric.
You're telling me that when you have no power, you can still cook?
Yeah, anybody with gas stoves can run their stove just by.
Oh my god! Next time your power's out, please shoot like in the dark cooking video. I can't wait to see how that goes.
Well, I kind of told this on Monday, but I did have that happen where I was putting off making dinner, which was going to be put something in the microwave, and then the power went out. And I was like, well, fuck. And I was like, well, I've got eggs.
Cook it by hand.
I've got eggs and I've got a fucking stove. So I just like, or maybe it might have, honestly, God, it might have been ramen. I might have made ramen because I was like, I need something that can just be cooked on the stove top. And so I just made whatever I had and it worked because I had a gas range.
But
it was dark. I had to hold my phone's flashlight to do it.
My parents had like one of those gas, like I don't even call them, like a gas fireplace. But at the top, like it would get super hot, and then you'd like see like the fake flames and shit. But like when the power was out, you could still light that. It was basically like a barbecue grill. It was all fun and games until my dad and I almost blew herself up because the spark wasn't igniting and it filled with like a bunch of propane.
And I was gonna say, it's a propane fireplace.
And then like all the windows like blew out of like the fireplace and my mom kind of jumped and yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We're glad you survived, I guess.
That's no longer there, by the way.
Yeah, because it exploded.
Yeah,
we heard that it's
over
not
after
there.
that. Yeah.
By the way, when I moved into this apartment, I discovered that the gas stove range doesn't have the little clicky thing that like actually sparks the flame.
Oh, yes, I was talking about like, the little click, 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 click.
Yeah, the
Whoa!
igniter.
So I have my little like really long lighter thing, and for the first like 2 or 3 times I used the gas stove, I would manually use the lighter, and I thought, well, this is odd. This feels weird, but I guess I have to do this. There's no like automatic turn on of the fire. And then I just discovered I was using it wrong. Like it absolutely existed. I just didn't know how to use it.
All right. Great. So Flying High, it's your job now to rate. It sounds like you have a tracking system, but would you like me to remind you who chose what?
So we're doing 3 to 12-hour blackout, right?
Right,
No
that's correct.
electricity. So Pantsman said internet.
He said the router specifically, but yes.
Well, router specifically, yes.
It's the route to the internet.
We had
True.
Muscle V said PS4.
That's correct.
And then we had the Cesar of the channel here say the microwave.
I'm the czar of the evening. I'm not the czar of the channel. I'm the current reigning czar because I won the last competition.
Gotcha. Then I have to choose which one is the most important thing.
Yeah, you could. It's gonna be each round. You're gonna just choose who did the best job.
I have to go with the microwave.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
You can go. You have a phone that has internet. You can go down to the store and charge your Switch or whatever. But not be able to eat. You're sad.
You're sad. You're sad as
you
hell.
don't need a microwave to eat.
Yeah, you can go to the store to charge your phone, but not order a burrito.
Yeah, you can't go. You can't go out to eat like at a restaurant. You're only relying on microwave.
But like, I can survive without like a Switch or a PS4 for 3 to 12 hours.
When's the last time you used a microwave?
I was gonna really go out and get some food, but I guess I can't have my preferred dinner, microwave popcorn. What are you talking about?
We made steamed broccoli in the microwave tonight.
You
can
make almost anything in a microwave. Does it sometimes taste worse? Sure. Yes. Is it worth how much time you save? Yes, every time.
Okay, not to derail this too much, but I can already hear Boo yelling at me. But
let's drink for that.
Have you ever changed the power settings?
What?
Mine. I don't think we have that in this one.
I'm sure you do. It is possible. Like instead of doing high on everything, you can like do half power, and it takes a lot longer to cook a thing, but it's a lot less uneven and terrible. I don't do it very often, but sometimes I'm cooking something that I really want to be done well.
I use the air fryer at that point.
I don't have one of those.
Oh, those.
Oh, you should get an air fryer.
Yeah, absolutely. They're like what, $50 for like a small one? Like we did air fryer like frozen fries, delicious.
What do you know what half power means in a microwave?
It means it's only doing full power for 50% of the time.
Right, yeah, it just stops for a while.
Which is weird, right?
It's super weird.
I'm surprised you knew that one.
Yeah, I'm the.
That's interesting.
You don't know, on the show, I am the representation of the Ask Jeeves database. I have all of the knowledge of Ask Jeeves.
I'm glad we're here because I assumed that he was just lying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing.
That's wild.
Fun fact: when my dad said when the first microwave came out, they tried to order a steak, went to the store and bought a steak, and tried to make it in the microwave.
There's no way your dad could have ordered a steak the same year that the microwave came out.
The microwave came out, and they went and bought a steak and tried to cook in the microwave the correct way, and it did not work.
Well, sure.
Yeah, no. My mom would always make bacon in the microwave.
Ew.
Yeah,
I've done that. It works. It's not as good as the oven, but it works.
No. She likes it super gross crispy though.
I must say I don't mind cooking bacon in the oven. That's kind of like a cheat code.
Oh,
it's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, you put some garlic on that bad boy. You leave it alone for a while. It's great.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways.
All right. Yeah, we need to move on. So, Nate, we're really cruising through things tonight. Boo would be thrilled. Well, let's drink for that.
Yeah.
All right, so in this case, you guys have covered some of the problems with specifically the microwave, so we're going to address this now. In this case, the outage affects more than just your street. The outage affects the entire city, and let's say anything feasible to drive to. So basically, now you're trapped in your home, and there's nowhere to really go because everything's without power. So how does that affect what item or even place are you now missing with a whole citywide blackout in mind?
Yeah,
Pants Man?
so I would say that for me, especially like on the weekends, a little different, but like generally speaking, I spend a lot of my time in my apartment. So like suddenly everything in my apartment sucks, and I have nowhere to go to. That's pretty lame. But like the answers I would normally give are the same things I would have thought of for the last thing, right? Just
Yeah.
like the things in my house. So what I'm going to say for this one, because it's affecting the whole city, I'm going to say street lamps. Because as we've established in previous episodes, I really like to rent a bike and just go cruise around, not have to spend a bunch of money on Uber, not have to deal with parking, not have to walk forever or take public transit. I just like to get on a nice bike on a nice spring or summer day, go where I'm going. But
should I tell him who he's talking to right now? I feel like he needs a little context. Who's the judge?
I think you can judge outside of your own.
Okay,
space,
all right. Fair enough.
This doesn't have to be how it affects you directly. You can still say if an answer's good or not.
I didn't choose this answer to win. I didn't think this was going to be the winning answer. I just had to come up with something. So that's it. I feel like it would be much harder to be out at night without streetlight.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, obviously, this is a dumb answer for a lot of reasons. Like, you've already lost electricity. Don't just subject yourself to the night air now. This is a horrible move. you need to hunker down. You don't know when this power's coming back.
Like, and if you all think I'm lying about the Excel spreadsheet, by the way, I'm just gonna throw that in there.
I don't believe anyone thought you were lying about the Excel. No one's lied about having an Excel spreadsheet that I have ever heard.
There's nothing more sacred to me than an Excel spreadsheet. So the idea that anybody would bear false witness about it is concerning that you would even consider that.
All right. How about you, Muscle V? What's how?
Oh
is your
shit!
answer,
Wait. Oh, my answer should have been spreadsheets. I would miss spreadsheets.
Okay.
You would. That's not a joke. He's not joking.
So
Flying High. Next time you see him, you're gonna have to see one of his spreadsheets. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. They've gotten more ridiculous.
Oh, mine have gotten terrible these past couple of years. Anyways.
So obviously we know streetlights was a terrible answer. So I do have the
horrible.
I do have the right answer. Obviously it's late night Taco Bell.
I mean, just Taco Bell. I'm gonna write, but that's.
When was the last late night Taco Bell you got? Was it that
Friday.
last weekend where you
Friday.
were at 1 a.m.?
Yeah, it was much.
How did you get home from the bar, by the way? Did you Uber? Or did you drive?
I drove.
When you were hammered.
I wasn't that hammered. It was.
He hit the drive-through.
That hammered's always the wrong answer.
You had 7 shots and you went to Taco Bell.
No, I only had.
You were hammered.
I only had 3 shots.
And then 4 more drugs.
And 4 beverages, alcoholic beverages.
You understand?
Beverages.
You understand? You should not have drove, right?
How do you feel about that answer in a court of law? Oh.
Hey, we're not Deshaun Watson. Drunk. We're not on trial. He's not on trial.
It was
here.
over 3.5 hours.
No, he's Amber Heard.
Like
in that case, she's not guilty.
she's about to be.
Yeah, she's about to be, right.
But I will say, with the pandemic, every fucking restaurant is closed except for Taco Bell past 8 or 9 o'clock.
You're not wrong.
So Taco Bell.
We have a 24/7 White Castle. Thank you very much.
Do you really?
We don't have that. We don't have that.
Yeah. I've never felt better about moving to a big city.
All right, I want you guys to stew on his answer at Taco Bell. I'm going to do the ad read for tonight.
Great. He's really. Why are you doing another one?
Because it was booze night, so I've got
one locked and loaded. If you want me to do one.
We'll do 2 tonight.
Well, that's stupid.
Let's hear how they
do yours.
No, you're going to do yours as well. Should have told me you had one.
Well, you had me scheduled for Monday and then never asked me to do it.
Okay. I don't know. Why are you mad?
Well, your fault. Shame.
I didn't know that.
He was so bad at it yesterday that I just don't want to have to sit through another one.
What was so good that yesterday? What are you talking about? Also, it's whatever our ad sponsors send in.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna do an ad off now.
Go for it.
We'll let the people decide. All right. Are whippersnappers running amok in your yard? Do you find yourself cursing youths to the heavens? Well, we have the bottom dollar solution for you. Introducing the electric slide. This slide presents itself as your everyday run-of-the-mill kitty relocator, but in reality, it's your preteen panacea. It only takes the average kitty or cattle 6.4 shocks before they move on to greener pastures. The electric slide. It's shockingly effective.
I have no idea what that product is.
Yeah,
What is this
I
product?
understood absolutely nothing.
It's a slide. It's a slide, and then
I do want to say, preteen panacea is a great phrase. Don't know what it means. It sounds great. I love the alliteration.
it's a slide like in your backyard, and when it like some kids tramping around in your backyard and they go to use it, they get electric shocked.
Wow.
What's unclear about that?
Hey, Raining Czar, are you on some choppy frame rates?
I was actually, yes.
Okay, just double check. Anyways, continue on.
No, we have to hear Pantsman's amazing.
Oh, we're doing them back to back. It's one of the longest. This is officially the longest ad break we've ever had.
The Lord of Ads is here. I want to hear it.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, will satisfy you than a great, refreshing taste of Billy beer. Billy Carter, brother of President Jimmy Carter, personally endorses Billy beer with his personal approval. And he is one of America's all-time great beer drinkers. He had it brewed up just for him, and it's the best he ever tasted. And he's tasted a lot. We think you'll like it too. Billy Beer from Billy Carter. It's tangentially related to a politician, so you know it's good.
Well, I didn't know you were going to get
that.
I didn't know you were going to get Young Red from Shawshank again.
I thought it sounded like Colonel Sanders.
I feel like it could have stopped like 3 or 4 times in an entire speech, and it would have been like perfect.
I feel like it started out, I was really going for like rough Southerner, and then it transformed into like 1920s newsman.
I was getting 1920 slave. Let's get a little.
When you say it transformed, you mean your voice?
Yes, I refer to it in the third person.
He's like, it wasn't actually me.
It just flows through me, is what happens. like Billy Beer.
The Billy Beer. Okay, Flying High. Who had a better ad read?
Oh wait,
this is bonus duty that you weren't ready for. Hold up.
We didn't get the ratings Hazar's.
Don't worry, we're gonna get back to the action. Don't worry, we're in the middle of an ad read right now.
Oh, the ad read.
He's asking you the ad. Which is the better ad?
That's right.
I hate to say it, but Pantsman had really engaged there on that one.
He used the word beer.
Yeah, I know our audience.
Right. All right.
Fair enough.
Pantsman, you're on permanent ad read duty. Thank you, though. Thank you, Billy Beer, and thank you, Electric Slide.
I wrote the ad copy for Billy Beer, intending it for one of these drinking episodes, and then I don't think I've had to read an ad for like 4 weeks. Like, I've just been holding on that one. That's why I was so aggressive about, like, why don't I get to do one? Because I've been holding on to this for weeks.
I put you in every fourth one. I don't know what.
But you don't know. But most of the time when I'm on the schedule, you don't actually say it's time for an ad.
That's because despite what Flying High says, you're horrible at him. I don't care what he says.
You loved it. You're thirsty right now.
I am thirsty. If only I had a Billy Beer with some sediment. All right. Anyway, back to the action.
Billy Beer.
Back to the action. So, I am now, as Flying High pointed out, I am now up for what I would miss with a citywide blackout. Lovely, by the way.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Godzilla just exploded my plane, but I'm alive. That's exciting. So as you guys know, we just covered it. I'm the Ask Jeeves database. Where would a database be without a library? So the public library would be a real bummer for me not to be able to go to at any hour of the day.
Off. You've
because
never been to a library in your life.
Yeah, right. When's the last time you've been to the library?
I have a library card, so I must have been in one. You can't get one without going in there.
I also got one when I was in first grade. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, again, I have to constantly make sure that the databases are updated, and I have to
So
check
you're
my
flipping
sources.
through books to keep up to date? That's how you
Yes.
do it?
Primarily Britannicas, but yeah,
Oh, you guys, I'm drunk.
Why do you think I'm so good at knowing stuff? It's because all
No,
the
it
books.
actually explains a lot about the knowledge you drop.
I was gonna say Google.
What?
Huh? That's
We don't know what that is.
Flying High.
We're an Ask
Flying-
Jeeves family.
Flying High, do not mention that name again.
If you must
Oh,
mention a
Yahoo?
competitor, stick to Yahoo, thank you.
Yes. I am confident I could take all of Yahoo in a knowledge off. I have no qualms taking that bet. Okay.
Oh
well,
wow, that really went downhill after these this last.
Yeah,
Huh.
these were terrible answers, but granted, it was a terrible prompt.
no, two answers were terrible. One was correct. Flying
And
High,
we're about to find out what it was.
tell them who won.
Oh shit.
Do you need a reminder of your choices?
Straight lights, late night Taco Bell in a library.
It sounds like a night out to me.
The library is gonna be closed either way.
No, it's a 24-hour library.
No, it's not.
That's a
Club-
great point.
Club Lib, baby.
You know what? I can't believe to say this, but late night Taco Bell.
Yeah.
The
right
come
answer.
on. What do you mean? You can't believe you were going to say that one.
Late night Taco Bell. Yep, that's the winner.
You've had late night Taco Bell. Of course, that was in play. Why are you acting like you hate it?
Because I didn't think I was gonna end up having that as my answer.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe when we reset the board, that we'll have a little bit better answers for you to choose from. Okay. So we've
Fair
covered what happens in a regular blackout and even a citywide blackout. But really, things could change completely if we lost electricity for all of time. So, Pantsman, what happens if we no longer have the ability to use electricity? What item are you then going to miss the most?
I feel like I will be shocked if this is not considered the universal top answer. And it is to me. I've been saving it because because I knew this particular of all time. This is absolutely the thing. The answer is the fridge. The answer is refrigeration, like not being able to keep food cold.
I can't be an accurate judge. I mean, it's gonna be really hard to come up with a better answer.
I am excited to see if you guys can
One
compete
word,
with that answer.
Cold beer.
And look, I'm just saying, like, I have an unfortunate advantage. Well, not unfortunate, but I have an unfair advantage that I get to go first. I feel like I will be surprised if any of you have locked and loaded something other than fridge, but refrigeration, that's the answer.
Let me first handle this, because just to address your concerns, Flying High, they had cold beer before the refrigerator was invented. They have means to handle that.
Yeah, they had like very
They
like
did.
massive icebergs down or some bullshit.
Well, you'd have like cave and basement systems that could hold ice and they'd ship ice for sure. Absolutely not. We could definitely keep your beer cold. Don't worry. Don't fret for a second about that.
So are we saying the whole world doesn't have power, or just like our area doesn't have power?
Whole world doesn't have power. Electricity is just gonzo.
We used the last of the fossil fuels, and wind didn't do it.
That's right. So Muscle V?
I mean, I was gonna go back to the phone. Like at this point, you have no entertainment, right?
That's correct.
We would bring back minstrel shows. Sorry, that was awful. I apologize in advance. I'm bad.
You can't talk to anyone. You can't text anyone. You can't even fax anyone. Like it's gotta be like the phone.
That's your closer? That's your, can you believe it? We've even lost the fax.
We lost the fax.
What is your actual answer? Is it the
phone?
the smartphone?
Oh.
Is that what you're saying?
All phones.
Or is
Yeah, all
it communication that you're
Even
like,
Can I
including
yell
in fact,
open,
even
open text, or does I have to drink for that?
yeah, you can yell You can
I'll
drink
drink
for that.
that 3 times and over.
Love it.
Yeah, you know what? You know it's worse than not being able to eat anymore. It's not having entertainment.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I'm pretty good at entertaining myself, though.
You can grow crops. Like you can't.
I have a dick too.
I mean, you could play beer pong without electricity. You can be entertained.
I feel like Ryan and I could be, as long as we like cold beer, we could be entertained for a minute.
I got news for you. Like all of his talk of there are ways to keep beer cold. There was ways to keep beer cool. There is no way that an ice cold Coors that is got the like little thing on it that tells you that the mountains are blue or whatever. It is never turning blue again.
You're right.
It is never turning blue again.
Here's the thing, bud. It's called ice cold, not refrigerator cold.
That's
where are you getting the ice, my friend? Where are you getting the ice?
There's a lot of means to do that, but I'm shipping it from my local cave. Don't worry, I have a system. It works.
All right. So I want to hear Jeeves. How are you going to top? You've been very aggressive about dissing my answer. So I feel like you must have something locked and loaded that's better. I can't wait to hear it.
Of course, I have a better answer. So entertainment is obviously the problem with losing. We can handle everything else in some fashion.
You're tripping off a muscle V?
No. Just he's in the right
ballpark.
No, but he's in the right
arena.
Sure, that's Stadium. The same word, but sure.
Fieldhouse.
No, he's at least in the right stratosphere.
Okay. That's so okay.
Yeah.
In the right stratosphere. You know how big the stratosphere is?
I do. That's what I'm saying. He's on the right track, but he's just he's not at the station.
What is your answer, motherfucker?
Yeah, what is your answer?
Oh
Stop
my god!
Stalling.
I would be so devastated if I was never able to ride a roller coaster again. I would miss roller coasters. Yeah,
that's it.
Something you do once a year at most. What are you talking about?
Oh no, less than that. Once every 2 years.
Get the fuck out of here.
If you never went on a roller coaster again, you can't recreate that in a post-electricity world. I can recreate a lot of the things that
motherfucker, I can go up a hill and slide down it. Like, get out of here.
I don't think you understand what roller coasters do. No, that's the whole point. Roller coaster is the closest thing you get to like being, like crashing down from a plane or a rocket ship. Like
you jump out of a plane every night on this show multiple times.
Yeah, but there's no planes in the future, which would have probably been an interesting.
I need a recap of my options here.
You didn't spreadsheet it?
I got distracted.
Pantsman chose fridge. Muscle V chose smartphones, and I chose I'm just going to say it, best answer, roller coaster.
Yeah, the smartphone. So I love TikTok. Disclaimer.
Oh my God, that's where your first thought. You're nervous about losing electricity because you might lose TikTok.
It was absolutely 100%.
At this point, you should also be worried you're going to lose Starbucks. You're going to lose.
I mean, obviously. I'm also worried about
chocolate.
Fridge. Like it's a close tie between cell phone and fridge.
You're gonna lose non-moldy food, and you're worried about your fucking TikToks.
But the same point is like Ryan made a good point of like, hey, God damn it! Why can't you change your name in here so I can see it as something else?
It doesn't say my real name.
Yeah, I know. It just says something else, which is not helpful.
Yeah, which you can't read it. Just call me cell phone.
But the cell phone answer was not helpful. And then we're the fridge was good, but like I feel like we could get around it. Not exactly great.
Do you know how? I was gonna say this. Do you know how salty butter was before? Do you know how much fucking butter you have to put in salt to make it not go bad?
Are you saying that as a positive or a negative?
Negative.
Sounds like a positive.
Look, I love salty butter. I'm just saying.
I like the clarification though.
I want to.
You gotta figure like the saltiest butter you've ever had in your goddamn life is like 1/10 the salt they put in butter like 100 years ago.
But no
TikTok.
Salt. No TikTok.
I want to go back to why smartphones is a bad answer because we didn't hit on it enough. I kind of hate my smartphone anyway.
It's ruining us.
It's awful. Yeah, like most of the time I'm on it, I was like,
without a
TikTok. You lived without it for most of your life. What are you talking about?
We can live without like a Ferris wheel too.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Very much.
Which is another example of why Jeeves' answer was stupid.
I said roller coaster, not
Ferris
Ferris wheel.
Like
Jesus
luxury
Christ,
items. We're not
like
mentioning like day-to-day items.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything more day-to-day than your refrigerator?
Or TikTok.
No, that's the whole point. You're gonna be able to recreate a lot of your day-to-day that people existed back in the day. They had nothing near the amazingness of the roller coaster.
Yes, they did. They've had roller coasters for over 100 years. Since trains.
No, no, they haven't. B, what? Tell me about them.
Jeeves is wrong on that.
You don't think they had roller coasters in like the late 1800s? They absolutely.
No, I don't think that.
Google it. It's not even a mystery. Like this is
never,
just known
I
fact.
would never Google.
I don't know if it's a known fact. It's a.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and retract myself because I used a bad word, and I apologize.
Right. We're all drinking for that. You son of a bitch.
I'll drink for that.
Okay. Anyway,
all right, put up or shut up. What's the answer?
Yeah, make your pick.
Me?
Flying high. Yeah.
This is intense.
Oh shit! God damn it! You know what? Scientifically speaking, I have to go with refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the obvious answer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't feel like this is a win for me. I feel like if I didn't go first, of course one of you would have picked it. It was just the obvious. There was one right answer, and I happened to go first.
Shut up. So here's the thing. This is really exciting. We each have so far landed a pick from Flying High, which means we're only going to do one more round. That way we don't have to worry about a tiebreaker scenario. We have two more categories that we've prepared. So Flying High, I'm going to let you pick which one you want us to do. Okay? So you can either choose best thing to own during a power outage.
Okay.
Or best drink to black out to in a blackout.
Best drink to drink at a blackout.
Best drink to black out to at a blackout. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now.
Perfect. Pants man.
Okay. I feel like you're going to call this not. You're going to say I have to be more specific.
I am a seasoned drinker. I drink a lot of things. I do blackout a lot.
You're a resident expert blackouter.
I should be an expert at this. This should be good. This should be one of my Let's go.
So look, power's out. The refrigerator may not last the night. We don't know how long it's going to be.
Yes.
So the answer is whatever's cold, man. Whatever's cold.
No, you're not cold. You have to pick a pick.
That's
you can't go agnostic.
Okay, I thought you would say that. So I'm going to say, I'm assuming because we're worried about the power being out and the refrigerating being a factor, it's got to be a summertime thing. We're not worried about the winter. So it's the summer, and so a nice light. It's got to be beer, and I'll be even more specific. A nice Mexican lager. You got some limes in there. You're gonna cut those up. You're gonna really have one last wonderful, just ice cold. Whether it's a Corona or something fancier, it's gonna be a nice Mexican lager, some limes.
So let's stop you there real quick. So assuming this isn't like the right after the outage. So say we're 12 hours into this outage. What's your drink?
Okay, so you're saying there is nothing cold left.
There's nothing cold left.
Love that.
That's a great ad.
Yeah. Wow.
Just because I feel like anyways, keep going.
Interesting.
No, that is a wonderful ad. I actually think that's brilliant because my answer was I now realize a total cop out. Didn't even realize it when I came up with it. But
do you want us all to do that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna make that like a whole standard.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's a very fair standard. So I'm changing my answer. Nobody wants to drink warm beer, so I'm changing my answer to a bourbon. Bourbon's the best kind of whiskey, and whiskey is the best thing to have if it has to be warm. No other alcohol is going to be as good warm as a whiskey. So I'm going a nice, neat bourbon.
That's bourbon straight.
Well, there's no ice, so yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can still mix things in there.
If you would like to put some water in, you're welcome to. But I don't think
Why
it
would
necessarily
you?
needs it.
Why would you water it down?
You don't
no,
have
it's
to.
not. No,
That's
water,
your choice.
No, that's not what you can put a dash of water in there to bring out the taste. That doesn't
Yeah.
water it down.
Yeah, well, you can sprinkle in some water if you'd like. You don't have to. It's
water
up
with
to you.
Bourbon, that's fine.
But that's it. I'm not making a mixed drink. I'm not getting fancy. I'm hot. It's warm. It powers out. I have no entertainment. Taking it straight.
I don't hate it. All right.
I think that's gonna make you hotter. I think though.
What alcohol
if
is
you're
it?
hot and miserable,
bourbon-
you might as
bourbon's
well get drunk,
particularly-
right?
Bourbon in particular is a.
All right.
Like, it
well,
heats
it's
you
not
up.
your turn, so fuck off.
I know that's why I'm criticizing you. Okay, how about you,
I'm trying
Muscle?
to stay partial here and keep it even.
You're doing a great job. Excellent referee.
You are actually. This is the most. You have already proven yourself the most engaged activist judge we've ever had, and I love it.
Yeah, and down the center. You've not shown favoritism, despite the fact that I've known you for a very long time, and these two have barely met you.
Because you said terrible things. Anyways.
Yep. So I think the fans would be very upset if I didn't say the good old honey coke.
Warm honey coke.
Yeah, well, this is
Honey
a caliente honey
for
coke.
the rest of us that don't know what honey coke is, explain.
It's Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey.
Also, we have to
Jack
drink, I
Daniel-
think, 2 for that.
Honey.
Yep, mixed with Coke. And
Okay.
I feel like a fridge could keep cold, Coke somewhat cold.
No,
No.
that's gonna be wait.
12,
throw
12 hours. If it's been sitting in the fridge for 12
Yeah,
hours.
make just the point that Flying
Right.
High was doing is long enough that it's
I gotta
it's
drink
warm.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. So he
anyways.
already said there is no cold left. The cold is gone. It's left
Yeah, the
our
cold
world.
is gone. So these are all warm drinks you have.
You're drinking
to
a warm
drink.
Coke with honey Jack.
It's the end of the world, and you have to
It
drink.
is what it is.
You sticking to it.
Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't get a warm cup of beer.
that's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Also, almost like a warm Coke. I can't think of anything I'd hate more.
With
Yeah,
Jack,
what
with
Coke?
Jack Daniels.
Caliente Coke.
Oh, a Coke Caliente. He's used to it. I forgot.
Right.
Hey, hold
It's
on.
just-
I gotta ask a random question.
Sure.
If you had to drink an alcoholic drink warm, what would it be?
I just told you. We're
Yeah,
all
that's-
telling. That's what
that's
this
what's-
is.
No,
That's
hold
what
on,
we're doing.
What you made the prompt.
That's what we're doing right
I just
now.
crashed, by the way.
Game.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
choice.
Okay.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
What?
So the girlfriend next
Gee.
to me,
Oh, I
said
was gonna say, did you just compliment yourself? What is happening?
what was that? All right, that's fair.
What did
What is-
Melissa tell you?
Melissa told me she would drink up. Yeah, we do code names for everybody.
I like code names. Why haven't we used the phrase code names?
Haven't we?
No,
Haven't we?
never.
No. Anyways, she said on Mike's Heart because they still taste like sugar, anyways.
That's fair.
I mean, it's not unfair.
And then she also said or whiskey because it's still she just don't like whiskey either way. So
I do like
All right.
whiskey. That's what I shoot.
oh, whiskey, yeah, she's the shooter.
I was just
See?
saying, it doesn't get worse. No, see, okay, let me fix your guys' answers. The best one that, like, if it's going to be lukewarm at this point, it's going to be room temp.
Ryan
You
says
just-
the best one.
A drink.
God damn
many
it! I
times.
gotta change your name. I'm gonna change your name on my end.
Great.
You should.
That would be great. Anyway,
Anyways,
so if you're going to just do some shooters, let's take shots of tequila, of course.
Oh, warm
tequila's fine.
tequila?
No,
Oh.
you have the backer.
Oh,
I've got my lime. I've got my salt. I'm fine. I can do warm. No problem.
I don't know that there is a worse choice.
tequila.
Honestly,
All right.
warm tequila.
Half of the
that
time
one.
you've taken. Half the time
Cell
you've
phones,
taken a
Ryan.
tequila shot. Wait, stop. Drink. Half the time that you've taken a shot.
I don't
of
want to
tequila.
expose him. I don't want to expose him.
Oh my god. half the time you've taken a shot of tequila, it's warm because you weren't paying attention and you didn't notice because it's super effective.
Fair.
The only time
you get through that first one, you're fine.
The only time I have any recollection of taking a warm tequila shot, it was the worst thing ever. The person I was with immediately threw it up, and then she put her tongue down my throat. So,
well, I don't know if that's the tequila's
That's a
fault.
personal thing that I don't know if any of us need to hear.
Also, most of that didn't happen. She kissed me like lightly on the cheek, but she did throw up first.
Hey, Pantsman, can you
friend of the show
read that one back real quick? Like, here.
I need you to tell me, what am I listening to?
Oh, what's up, Melissa?
Hey,
Don't
May.
call me that.
What's up, Mel?
Please don't call me that.
Can we call you Natalie?
It's for your protection. We don't want our rabid fan base to know who you are.
We don't want to dox you.
Yeah.
Your rabid fan base of a whole 2 fucking viewers, one of which is is fucking Byron.
We don't use that either. Drink. No, this gets uploaded to YouTube. We get more viewers there.
Oh. Okay.
And we do not edit it.
We don't edit it at all.
Okay. Is that because you're too lazy or because you just don't know how to?
Both.
Yeah, actually both.
Do you know how to edit?
If you'd like to edit, we would love for that to happen.
Oh, hey, look at the time. Okay, why was I handed this headset?
I don't know.
We thought you wanted to.
His response to what?
Yeah, which thing? You're talking about...
I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now.
Are you saying bourbon is a good warm drink, or that tequila makes people throw up when it's warm?
His experience with tequila?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying was that the only time I know of that I can remember taking a warm shot of tequila, it was so gross and awful that I felt sick after, and the person I was with immediately, and I mean immediately, went to the corner of that bar and threw it up. And then... the joke.
Stop. She barely moved. She turned her head. It wasn't like she ran to a corner.
But the joke I sort of made that we've been making for a long time is that I said she then stuck her tongue down my throat. Now the reality is that she kind of lightly kissed me on the cheek shortly after she threw up.
It was pretty much
that was very quickly described as she made out with me, which is not true, but also kind of hilarious.
It's not off, though.
Did you consent?
No.
There wasn't a consent. It wasn't enough time for that.
Don't know what that word means.
What?
Was he fighting against the word consent?
How much has he had to drink tonight, boys?
How would we know that?
Based on how many
This is a virtual interaction.
Oh, we can figure this out. Based on how many times he violated our rules, he probably had at least 6 beers.
Is this right here, honey, like on your windowsill an accurate representation of like, did you drink tonight? None of those are left over from yesterday.
Oh boy. Can you count them for us, Melissa?
Flying high is... Oh,
8?
See, I told you. He probably drank 1 or 2 before we got on the show. He drank
And
6 on the
a
show.
glass of margarita.
Whoa! I feel like a fucking chump.
So he had 8 Keystones, which is really like 4 beers, and then a glass of margarita on the rocks.
The description of glass of margarita is
fun.
fun.
The couch.
Oh my
you are sleeping on the couch tonight. You are not sleeping next to me.
You'll be lucky to make it to a bed.
That'll be a great judge here tonight.
Yeah, he does have to. He's got a job to do, Melissa.
And he's almost done.
We appreciate you stopping by, but he does have to make the final call.
Okay, I'm afraid that he has to go to bed now.
Well,
Well,
he has to
put
make
him
the
on the
decision
phone.
before.
This will take like 2 minutes.
It'll take like 4 seconds potentially.
Wow, this is suspense.
Flying high.
If this takes longer than 2 minutes, I'm hunting. I know where one of you lives already.
That's fine. I'm okay with
So-
that. Hunt him down. Kill him. I don't give a
Do
fuck.
not have my address.
I'll send it to you.
I would never
Time
give.
to speed run, boys. Let's go.
I would never give flying
All
high.
right,
my
quick,
address.
quickly. You've got to pick a. You got to pick a winner.
They got spicy. What am I saying? All right, what's my options here?
Whiskey,
check
honey
your
coke.
spreadsheet.
I
It's not
heard
whiskey, it's
I had
bourbon.
I heard Jack Daniels and Coke, and then I'm missing a third.
It's not Jack Daniels. It's
Tequila.
Jack Daniels.
Warm
It's
tequila.
Honey Jack Daniels and Coke. And
Warm tequila.
Tequila with lime and salt.
But warm.
Yeah, all of them are warm. You don't have to specify
They're all
that.
warm.
Also, did you get drunker in the 4 seconds you stepped away?
Yeah, I was drinking pretty heavily. I'm a great expert at this answer. Jesus.
Go with your gut, bud.
I hate to say it. Like, warm Coke's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Why do you hate to say that? That's reasonable.
That's an accurate statement.
Warm bourbon's terrible.
Yep.
That only is one option. I don't love it.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, gents.
You have to say it though. You do have to say it.
I have to go with tequila.
Flying
Because
high.
because for the one reason of
Disgusting.
you just get to do the shot and you're done. That's it.
That's right. No pain, no gain.
That's
Nasty.
it.
Well, I'm not coming to your place for summer games, but that's fun.
Well,
that's a
you know what?
mistake.
It's fine.
super fun at his
We have a
place.
cold, fridge. It's fine.
and hopefully soon a cold house.
Exactly.
Oh well, if he's got the $25 to rub together.
Oh, yeah, we're doing good now.
Oh, all right. We got through it, guys. We made it, and thankfully the right answer
Melissa's
for sussed
gonna
out.
hurt you if you don't get off the phone. So.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna get out. We're gonna get out of here. So why don't we go around the horn? We'll start with you, Flying High, so then you can leave.
Yeah, I got a menagerie of cans behind me, and that was not a good move.
Menagerie of Kansas. That's just a great phrase. I want you to use that more often. But sign off for us. Get out of here.
Flying high, sign out.
Booyah. What do you got for us, Pants Man?
I mean, I'm not gonna top Menagerie of Cans.
Right? It's such a good phrase. What would Boo say?
Jews.
Take a drink for that. Well done. Muscle V, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I can't top Menage a Trois.
Can't even say it. I want to thank all of you for sticking through with us to another drink along episode. This one got a little chaotic. We appreciate Flying High crashing the party. Welcome anytime to do so. If any of you would like to crash the party and happen to know about our Discord channel, please hop on in. We can't wait to have you. But hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night around 10 o'clock. If we don't, hey, have a great weekend. Otherwise, we want to remind you, warm drinks suck, but if you got to do it with tequila. God Daddy's out.